Good morning. It's springtime in Massachusetts. It's April 6th, 2019. And I'm about to tell you a story. A really cool story. A story with God tracks. We'll call them God tracks. God tracks are those severely obvious connections with a power greater than yourself. So finding a God track is can be a coincidence. For me, the greatest one is the hawk. The greatest one is when I see a red-tailed hawk. For me, it's like my great spirit, my creator, giving me a hug and telling me that despite what people say, I am a flawless creation, and he's proud and honored that he created me just the way I am. And that is really my spiritual connection to red-tailed hawks and the relationship we share together. Anyways, okay, so there's a story. So on Monday morning, April Fool's actually it wasn't April Fool's because I don't believe the day begins until the sun comes up. That's another whole story. Let's not tell that one right now. So April Fool's, but not April Fool's, like before the sun came up, I was having a dream. I dreamt that I was in my study getting ready for work, and I heard an old car horn out of my driveway. So I walked out to my driveway, and in my driveway was this souped up old pickup truck, mint condition, with mirrored windows, so I couldn't see who was driving until he put the window down, and then I saw it was my dad. My dad's been dead for like 9 years, but it was my dad, and he rolls the window down, he looks at me and he says, "Let me give you a ride to work." And I'm very excited and very happy to see him, so I jump in the passenger side, and we go off, and I say, "Awesome," and start talking with him. "What have you been doing? What's going on? How you spending all your time now that you're retired?" All this stuff. And we're driving, and I look up, and I'm like, "This is not the way I go to work, Dad, and I got to be on time. You got to get me there on time." And he looks at me, and he goes, "Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Okay." So I talk to him again, and I'm talking with him, and as we're driving, there's like a interstate highway coming from a diagonal on the right that's going to obviously cross the road we're on. I'm looking up ahead, and I can see like we're going to be going over it, so it's going to be an underpass. The highway's going to go underneath us. And I'm looking up, and the highway goes underneath us, and on the other side of the highway where it comes out, it's like a dirt road. And further down the dirt road, it's like a dirt road with just grass growing in the middle. All you see is the 2 tire tracks on the side and grass going down the middle. And I looked at my dad, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on? Where are you taking me? I have to go to work. I can't be late for work." He's like, looks at me, chuckles, and says, "Don't worry about it." So we're talking again. I'm driving along. I'm not paying attention to where we're going or anything. And all of a sudden, I look up, and we are like at the beginning of like the green in the middle of a New England town. The green in the center of the town. It's all bright and sunny like it is today. And the green's very dark green and very lush. And we're driving the truck. He's driving the truck across the green, and he starts out going like 30 miles an hour at the beginning of the green. And he's picking up more speed. And I'm like, "Dad, what the hell is going on? Why are you doing this? Why are we doing this?" And he looks over, and he starts giggling, and he says, "Don't worry about it." So we're going like 50 miles an hour. We're coming to the end of the green. And as they're coming to the end, I can see that there's a slope that goes straight downhill like a roller coaster, but it looks even steeper. And we're already going 50 miles an hour across the green. And I start flipping out and yelling like, "You're going to kill us. What are you doing?" Start yelling at him. We're going down the hill. He's laughing. We're going down the hill. We get all the way to the bottom. We're going like 60 now, flying along. And I'm getting ready for the impact, ready for the somersaulting truck and to die and all that stuff. And instead, we come down to the bottom, and it cruises. And there's not even like going over a pothole. There's nothing. It's just smooth. And we go over it. And my dad looks at me. I look at my dad, and my dad looks at me, and he goes like that. And I wake up. And when I wake up, I'm like so totally ecstatic because I got to ride to work with my dad, even though I didn't go to work. But I got to spend time with my dad. He came and got me. It was awesome. And about a minute went by and my alarm went off. So now to give you the context of like this other really cool part, I'm gonna give you a long version too. So 3 years ago, Valentine's Day, my wife and I decided we're not going to do the commercialism of Valentine's Day, and we're not going to get each other stuff. We do it many times during the year. We don't need to like spend $8 on a card and $40 on flowers for each other or whatever. So we decided we're not going to do that anymore 3 years ago. This year, the day after Valentine's Day, she was like, my wife was like, you didn't get me anything. And she was really upset about it. And I said, didn't we make this pact like 3 years ago? Anyways, she said, I got you something. And I'm like, cool, that's awesome. I'm sorry that I screwed it up. I can make it up to you. Yeah, that never works hardly. So, and then she said, I'm not telling you, you're not getting what I got you. And I'm not telling you what it was. I'm like, okay. So I had to accept that. So anyways, it turned out to be 2 Strumbella tickets for us for their opening American tour in Boston show in May. And so the next morning after I had my dream, I'm back in my house again, I'm doing dishes and I'm listening to the Strumbella's new album, which came out, which is called Rattlesnake, and it came out last Friday, the Friday before my dream on Monday morning, Sunday night actually still. And I'm listening to a song called Salvation while I'm doing the dishes. And I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm like, Dad could be singing me this song. And then I think I'm like imagining the lyrics or making stuff up. So I go and sit down on the computer and look up the lyrics and I start crying because it's totally like, there's a lyric in the song that goes, even when I'm dead and gone, I'll be still there for you. I'm not sure about the second part. I didn't get that exactly right. But even when I'm dead and gone. And there's a bunch of little coincidental things. He used to always say, keep your head up, walk like a man. That was something he always said to me. Don't walk around with your head down, which is in the song. There, just a bunch of little things, and I just like crawled. I cried. I was with my dad, and the next day he sent me another whole message, and it was just awesome. And that's pretty much the gist of the story. It's God moves in such awesome and mysterious ways, and I love what we have, and that I can spend my days looking for God tracks instead of finding fault or trying to figure out what I think I might want. I have no idea what I want. But you know what? Every time I get what I need, I find out it was what I wanted. And if I just leave it in God's hands, then I really don't got to waste time with that. I wear the string on my finger to remind me not to waste time, energy, attention on things and behaviors and people and presidents, things I can't change. That's none of my business really, and I need to step back. If I can help somebody, that's a different story. But as far as changing things externally, I need to mostly accept those things. And a friend of mine put it really well this morning at the meeting. It's really simple. You have 2 choices. Either you accept or you change. And the only thing I can change is me and my attitude. So I'm really grateful that I got to share the story with you and hang out with you for like, I don't know, it says 8:44. But I hope you're having a great day. And I think I'll tell you more stories. I want to do more stuff like this. Take care. Have a good day. This is Ziggy signing off. And if nobody told you they love you, I do. And I'm a channel my higher powers love. So that's it. Take care. Enjoy your day, as my dad would do. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.